Good morning, students. Today we will start with the chapter Acids, Bases, and Salts. Now, Lewisham and Davy studied the term acids, bases, and salt on the scientific land, and they deduced that all acids have hydrogen as their constituent elements in a form of proton. For example, hydrochloric acid H is present, in H2SO4 H is present, in and nitric acid H is present. In all this acid H is present in a form of proton. So all acids have hydrogen as their constituent elements in the form of proton. Now, all bases are either metallic oxide or metallic hydroxide or ammonium solution. Example of metallic oxide is copper oxide. Metallic hydroxide is sodium hydroxide and ammonium solution is ammonium hydroxide. Now salts. Salts are formed by the interaction of acid and base replacing the hydrogen ion present in an acid by metallic ion or non-metallic ammonium ions. Example of salts are sodium chloride, calcium carbonate and ammonium phosphate. Now acid. The word acid comes from the Latin word acidus meaning sour. मतलब खट्टा बोल सकते हो. Acids are defined as a compound which contain one or more hydrogen atom as we have discussed earlier, and when dissolved in water it produces hydronium ion. Now I will explain you out with the equation. When HCl dissolves in water, it dissociates into H plus and Cl minus ions. And this hydrogen ions, it dissolve in water molecules to give hydronium ion. Again I am repeating, this hydrogen ion dissolve in water molecule to give hydronium ion. The hydrated hydrogen ion that exists in the solution of an acid is called the hydronium ion. Now hydronium ion or simply H plus ions. For simplicity, H plus instead of H3O ions. Now in fact H3O plus it can be written as OH3 plus. Instead of H3O plus it can be written as OH3 plus. Since the positive charge is due to the presence of extra hydrogen ion with water which is neutral. Again I am repeating, since the positive charge is due to the presence of extra hydrogen ions with water which is neutral. Now, the acidic property of an acid are actually the properties of hydronium ion present in it. With examples, I will explain you out. H2SO4, when dissolved in water, it gives hydrogen ions plus sulfate ions. Nitric acid, when dissolved in water, it gives hydrogen ion plus nitrate ions. Acetic acid, when dissolved in water, it gives hydronium ions and acetate ions. And the acidic property of an acid is actually due to the presence of this hydronium ion present in it. Again I am repeating, the acidic property of an acid are actually the properties of hydronium ion present in it. Now, some naturally occurring acids. Acetic acid, vinegar. Citric acid, citric fruits, oranges, lemons. Formic acid, sting of bee and ant. Lactic acid, curd. Malic acid, apple. Uric acid, urine. Tartaric acid, tamarind. Oxalic acid, tomatoes. Stearic acid, fats. Oleic acid, olive oil. And hydrochloric acid, gastric juices. Butyric acid, rancid butter. So these were certain naturally occurring acids. Now bases. What are bases? Bases are either metallic oxide or metallic hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide which reacts with acid to form salt and water. Again I am repeating, bases either metallic oxide or metallic hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide which reacts with acid to form salt and water. Now basic oxide and basic hydroxide. What is basic oxide? It is a metallic oxide which contain O ions, oxygen ions, and reacts with an acid to form salt and water. Here I have given the example, copper oxide, it is basic oxide. When reacted with hydrochloric acid, it gives copper, chloride and water. Copper chloride is salt here. Now, PbO2, that is lead oxide, When reacted with hydrochloric acid, it gives lead chloride plus Cl2, that is chlorine gas, and water. Now here, in this reaction, PbO2 is not a base. What is the reason? Because here, in addition to salt and water, chlorine gas is produced. Therefore, PbO2 is not a base. Understood? This is not a base. Here, PbO2 is not a base because in addition to salt and water, chlorine is also produced. Because I have discussed it that what are bases? Bases are metallic oxide or hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide which reacts with acid to form salt and water. Now, basic hydroxide. It is a metallic hydroxide which contain hydroxyl ions and will react with an acid to give salt and water. Here I have given the example. Sodium hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid. It forms sodium chloride plus water. Now aluminum hydroxide, it reacts with nitric acid to give aluminum nitrate and water. Here sodium hydroxide and aluminum hydroxide are base. Now alkali. An alkali is a basic hydroxide which when dissolved in water produce hydroxyl ions as the only negatively charged ions. For example, NaOH in aqueous solution gives sodium ions and hydroxyl ion. Again I am repeating, an alkali is a basic hydroxide which when dissolved in water produce hydroxyl ions as the only negatively charged ions. Example is here, NaOH in aqueous solution gives sodium ions and hydroxyl ions. Now basic hydroxides. In basic hydroxide, alkali will do. And alkali are the bases, but all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkali. So what are alkali? Alkali are water soluble bases. Now here ferric hydroxide and copper hydroxide is taken. Both of them are bases, but they are not alkali because they are insoluble in water. Both of them are bases, but they are not alkali because they are insoluble in water. Now caustic soda and caustic potash, they are strong alkali, whereas calcium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide, they are weak alkali. Caustic soda and caustic potash are strong alkali because they completely dissociate in the aqueous solution, whereas calcium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide, they are weak alkali because they feebly dissociate or ionize in the aqueous solution. Now alkali forms hydroxyl ions in the aqueous solution as the only negative ions. Again I am repeating, alkali forms hydroxyl ions in an aqueous solution as the only negative ions. They turns red, litmus blue. Now next topic is formation of hydronium ions and hydroxyl ions from acids and alkali. Now this is the next topic. Now two theories are given, Arrhenius theory and Lowry-Boström theory. Now according to Arrhenius theory, acids are the substances which dissociates in an aqueous solution to give hydrogen ions. Acids are the substances which dissociate in an aqueous solution to give hydrogen ions. And the strong acid dissociate almost completely, whereas weak acid dissociate partially. Again I am repeating, acids are substances which dissociate in an aqueous solution to give H plus ions. As strong acids dissociate almost completely, while the weak acid dissociate partially. According to Lowry-Boström theory, acids are proton donor. Example I have given here. HCl aqueous solution, it dissociates to form H ions and chloride ions, and here H is given. So acids are proton donor. Bases. Bases are proton acceptors. Ammonia, it accepts the proton and forms ammonium ions. Ammonia, it accepts the proton and forms ammonium ion. So bases are proton acceptors. Now formation of hydronium ions from S's in aqueous solution. So these are the three important points which we should know while we are talking about the formation of hydronium ions from S in the aqueous solution. First, water is a polar covalent molecule and exhibits charge separation. Again, I am repeating, water is a polar covalent molecule and exhibits charge separation. Second, H atom of water carries slightly positive charge and the O atom slightly negative charge. And the third one, that oxygen atom in water has two lone pair of electrons not shared with any other atom. Oxygen atom in water has two lone pair of electrons not shared with any other atoms. Now here water molecules is there. Now you can see the water molecules, oxygen has two lone pair of electrons, which is not two lone pairs of electron, which is not shared by any other atom. And here you can see that hydrogen atom carries slight positive charge and the oxygen atom carries slight negative charge. Now the formation of hydrogen ions. Now when HCl is dissolved in water, it forms hydronium ion plus chloride ion. Now this is the water molecules. You can see here H plus ions. Okay. Hydrogen atom, it carries slight positive charge, and the oxygen atom, it carries slight negative charge, and the oxygen atom, it has two lone pair of electrons not shared by any other atom. And now here the proton ions, that is hydrogen ions, they are released from the acid. The hydrogen ions, they are released from the acid and they adds this hydrogen ion, they adds here and they adds on to the lone pair of electron of the oxygen atom of water molecules. Oxygen atom of water has slight negative charge. Again I am repeating, the hydrogen ion from the acid adds to the lone pair of electron of the oxygen atom of the water molecules, and the oxygen atom has slight negative charge. Oxygen atom of water has slight negative charge. Now the hydrogen ions accepts this hydrogen ions it accept the hydrogen ion, it accepts the lone pair of electron forming a coordinate covalent bond. Again I am repeating, hydrogen ion is accept the lone pair of electron, it accept the lone pair of electron forming coordinate covalent bond. Understood? So the proton ions released from an acid and adds on to the lone pair of electrons of an oxygen atom of the water molecules. Oxygen atom in water has a slight negative charge. The hydrogen ion accepts the lone pair of electron forming a coordinate covalent bond. Now next is the hydroxyl ion formation from alkali in an aqueous solution. Now here we have taken ammonia. Ammonia is dissolved in water. Ammonia is dissolved in water. We form ammonium ions and hydroxyl ions, which will give ammonium hydroxide. Now here the ammonia, in ammonia now this is the diagram. Now again I am repeating, ammonia dissolves in water to give ammonium ions and hydroxyl ions. Now here the proton, it is ions is released from the water and adds to the lone pair of electron of nitrogen atom of the ammonia molecule. Here the nitrogen atom in ammonia has a slight negative charge. Repeating again, here the proton ions released from the water adds to the lone pair of electron of the nitrogen atom of the ammonia molecule. Understood? Ammonia molecule. And nitrogen atom in ammonia has a slight negative charge. Here we can see the hydrogen, it has a slight positive charge, and the nitrogen, it has negative charge, and the nitrogen, it has one lone pair of electron. So a proton ions released from the water adds on to the lone pair of the nitrogen atom of the ammonia molecules. Nitrogen atom in ammonia has a slight negative charge. Next, the hydrogen ions. The hydrogen ions is accept the lone pair of electron. Hydrogen ions, it accepts the lone pair of electron and forms coordinate covalent bond. Understood? Here the hydrogen ions accept the lone pair of electrons and forms a coordinate covalent bond. Here. So hydrogen ion accept the lone pair of electron forming a coordinate covalent bond. Ammonia is a polar covalent compound with a large differences in electronegativity between the nitrogen atom and the hydrogen atom in the ammonium molecule. Again I am repeating, ammonia is a polar covalent compound. Ammonia is a polar covalent compound with a large difference in the electronegativity between the nitrogen atom and the hydrogen atom in the ammonia molecule. Understood? So this was the formation of the hydronium ions from the aqueous solution of an alkali. So students, today we have covered acid, bases, salt, and the formation of the hydronium and hydroxyl ions from acids and alkali. So thank you students. If there is any query, you can ask. Now I will continue with another video in my another topic in my next video. Okay? In next video I will deal with the properties of the acid and bases, chemical properties, physical properties of acid bases, and uses of acid and bases. Okay, thank you students.